Hello Libra, kia ora koutou katoa, and welcome to my YouTube channel and on my Facebook page if you've come across this video on Facebook. So I just want to I just want to say thank you to all of you who have subscribed to my channel and or like to follow me on my Facebook page as well. So I do encourage connection to both because there are different things on different platforms. Obviously that I won't be able to, or more pertinent to be posting on Facebook rather than YouTube, of course. And so I gather that most of you will realize that, but some of you I know out there maybe not quite as faux pas as others out there, so I thought I'd just mention that. So the other thing is, if you haven't done that, I invite you to do that now, okay? Anyway, don't mean to be a pushy bugger, but I feel like there's kind of like an energy there that is like not so much being pushy with you, Libra, but it's like, or a need to, or a want to, but it's just like, come on, chop, chop. I want to get things rolling. I want to get things moving. So it's finding that balance, and it's really super listening to your intuition as to when to make that right move, or when to make when is the right time to make that move. And okay, they're saying when it is to do the right move. Is this the right move to make right now? Blah, blah, blah. So I think you know what I mean. So there's a sense of, there's a bit of a sense of impatience there that may be running around with you at the moment. So they're just saying, just be, just go into yourself a little bit and just be calm and have a talk to yourself about what is it that you're impatient about, and actually, is it imperative that I know right now, or do that now? And am I going to fuck it up, or am I going to make it better if I run with something like now right now? So it's kind of like, it's kind of those sorts of questions that I feel like will be coming up, and it might be a little bit uncomfortable with some of the things that are coming up that you may be wanting to find out like right now, or process really quite quickly. So there is a process to the process, and sometimes it's not to be rushed, okay? Otherwise you're going to miss bits and pieces, and then you're going to have to backtrack, and it's like you may have that feeling that, oh fuck it, I've done it now, it's like, damn, I have to go back. So, and so they're just saying, and through my own experience as well as what I've seen happen with, different people, loved ones around me as well as clients, it's like, there's nothing worse than having to go back and recover old ground, and, or redo something. And so it's kind of like, okay, so taking your time. Sometimes there is a time when, sometimes there is a time when you need to run, and you may need to like revisit old ground, or do it again or whatever, but because it's something that you didn't really know and it didn't come to you straight away. But I wouldn't be surprised that you would have had an inclination, or an intuitive feeling or thought message that come through and that told you just to wait, or just to hold on a little bit. But because of our impatient selves at times, not all the time, we can, especially when we're wanting something to happen sooner rather than later. So this is kind of where some of this journey for you is you may be. For some of yous, I feel like is about that, patient side, with probably not everything, but with certain things that are in your life that have popped up right now, or in the, or recently, for you to work through. So some of you, I feel like you've been working on something for a little while now, and it's come and gone, but it's like you've kind of think, oh God, I'm back here now again. But have a look at it, because it's like there's a different energy or a different level to that, as per se. I'm going to say level, or there's something different with what you were working on, even though there is a similar theme. But it's something different, okay? It's like there's a progression in the discovery of what it is, so you can more run with things when it feels, when you're more in tune with it, and know when to slow and and to flow. Okay, slow as a flow, or pick up the pace a bit, okay? So there's something, there's an area in your life that I feel, or maybe a few for some of you, okay, that is there. However, Now, going back to my introduction again, so that seems to be the theme around it. So around what this week may be for you, or some of the messages that are coming through. So yeah, so going back to my intro, so I just want to remind everybody that these messages that come through these readings, these sessions are general, so they may or may not resonate with you. If they do, wonderful. If they don't, then don't totally throw it out, because it may be more of a forecast for you, okay? Some of you may be right in it, and some of you may be, you know, coming up to it, and you may have an inclination, you know, or an intuitive thought, you know, or feeling that something's coming up. So, you know, and this may be giving you a little bit of an update, you know, about what's happening, which is why stuff for some of you it may not fit, because it may be more of a forecast, okay? Even if you, I think those ones I'm talking about, there are the ones that have no clue, okay? So anyway, so today, this week, I have a new deck of cards, my amazing Starman deck, tarot deck, that I've just acquired, purchased last week. And so this is this week is the first week that I've been using them, and I haven't really been spending as much time as I can with them to bring through the messages. So, and because of that, they have a slightly different meaning, which is really, really cool. I really love the energy that has been put into these, and I also will be using my trusty tarot deck here, and also the Sacred Earth Oracle, where there may be a message to wind up with at the end, okay? That is probably an overall one. So, and you know, because I've got this new deck, I've ended up shuffling them, and you'll see some of the cards spread out here. So I'm working on my camera to get a little gadget to make it, like, expand it so you can see the cards. So that's coming up hopefully next week. So anyway, but going back to so there may be a few things that are going on around you that are coming up, okay? Because they're just like there's something coming up. So but they're just saying be patient, okay? Okay, so now we have the first card out from this Starman deck, is because, like I said, I shuffled it. So I've written a few notes down, so you'll see me like looking down a bit, and just a few key notes about what has come up and what I noticed when these cards were coming out. So the Empress, okay, so she's about abundance, fertility, you know, and creating that, and she's like, you know, fertility, because I feel like there's a lot of, there's a new beginning or a rebirth or something, but she knows that she's able to create it. I feel like that is the key word, is about knowing that you're able to create what it is, whatever it is that you want to create. It's just, you know, getting to it, you know, and being patient with it. As well, and knowing when to run and when to walk and when to jog and when to trot, you know. So anyway, the theme around the Empress in this card, I'm going to turn her up the right way, because she has these beautiful colors there. So I fully embrace life's ability, life's fecundity. So fecundity means, you know, to be able to produce abundance, you know, and that sort of thing. So it's like, and where are they going? Okay. The ability to be able to produce abundance, and, you know, oh God, I forgot, well, abundance is obviously the key word, because I can't even get the other words out. They're not coming to me. So, which is all round, you know, with other things. It's like with things in life, if you're immaterial things or whatever, it could be love, abundance of love. It could be, you know, a new begin to get to where it is that you're wanting to get to in your life journey. So this is where she is. There may be a little bit of a block through there because of the way that you're thinking or being at the moment. So I'm going to turn her around the right way, and it's like there's something, and I feel like there may be a little bit of confusion because things have changed in the way that you normally do it, say, and so you're having to like do things differently, and it's like in accordance to this or that, which is something, you know, which is maybe different for you. So you may be finding, some of you may be finding it a little bit tricky, challenging to get your head around that or get your energy around that, which is pretty cool because things are changing. So there's new information, old information coming through, what I'm hearing as well. So it's kind of bringing them together, but not allowing yourself to get too caught up in it. So, I feel like some of this is where it's probably may have slowed down for you because you're not sure where or what it is that you're doing. And I feel like there's something to do, not just with, work and, career, business and that sort of thing, but also in the family life, but also, partnerships could be like for a business partnership, but I'm feeling more romantic partnerships. There's something brewing up there for some of you, and something maybe not quite coming, or arriving or coming to fruition at the moment. So you may be in this waiting period or this holding period, which is interesting because we have the 9 of Wands, which is next. And, things are moving. And I just want to say, Spirit just want to say, that things are moving. It might not seem like it. In the background, there are things that are lining up or aligning for you. So then we have the 9 of Wands. So I am willing to face the darkness and negativity. So, this is about you, like when we're on this journey, and in life there are times when we, then we're needing to, work through things, and, some things happen, and we're made to look at, things that have happened in the past, our part in how that created it, what created it or how it happened, and others' parts in it too as well. So it's like, and so that's where they're talking about. And so sometimes we may feel or sense things, that come to block the way. We might see it as negativity, and it might feel really negative, and it probably is really negative, but we're not meant to buy into it, okay? So we're meant to figure out, why has it come to me? How do, and what is it, what part of it do I need to be looking at, to shift it and to grow from it and learn from it, because that is where we, and that's why this is here, is I'm willing to face the darkness and the negativity within ourselves, within yourself, okay? That's what this energy brings, because it means then we're taking action, we're taking responsibility, and we're moving forward with, and it clears it up so we can move forward without that stuff, that baggage that in the past has been holding us back, okay? Or being a part of holding us back. And then we have the 4 of Wands, which is the theme of that one, is I enroll others in the strength of my vision. So, and it's interesting because I'm feeling as we go along through, whatever journey that we're going through, it's others will either follow you and take your lead and learn from you. And there may be something where some of you are putting together something where you're able to feel like you can, teach it or share it with others through a book or a course or something like that. And it's like, and how you got through this, and even like from the past as well. So it's kind of like, and how you got to where you are even like now. So not all of you will be doing that. Some of you, it's nothing like that in that sense, but it could be more in the sense that you're going through something, and then others, others around you like see what you're doing, and they want to join you, and they want to ask you, they may be asking you questions about, gee, how did you get through that? Or, gee, you look really good. And, or, gee, you look like shit, and what are you doing? How are you doing? And it's like explaining it. And it may be like that's something that because I'm hearing for some of you, it may be within the family and that sort of thing, that, others, that you may be the leader or the role model to, in what you're doing. And there may be something that you're doing right now that is out of the norm for you and for the family, and it's like, okay, I'm just going to go with it, because we have the Hierophant, and he is the teacher of the universal law. So there may be some, and he came in reverse, he turned up in reverse. So there's something that maybe I'm feeling maybe resisting, like going in there, and they're drawing me to that impatience again. It's just being patient. So it's like sometimes we just need to sit and wait. And learn from the knowledge that we're gaining from the universe while we're waiting, and all those epiphanies and aha moments. And sometimes we need to go a little bit deeper again, and then sometimes it's not so deep, it's just that's what it is, and we carry on, or we move on to the next stage, or we just continue with life and see what comes up next. and what comes out next. But he's definitely about, taking and looking at going within, and the spiritual laws, as well. So I'm hearing like universal law as well, because it's like, that's what it says there. I'm the teacher of universal law. So it's getting in touch with ourselves and how we, and what the universe has to offer us, as well as, therefore, then we know what to offer ourselves, and we just emanate it out, and it's all a natural process. Okay, cool. Then we have the Ace of Wands in the next row. So the Ace of Wands here is, not the Ace of Wands. I don't know why I'm saying wands. It's swords. Ace of Swords. And it's, I live through my highest values. So with the Ace, there's, in the swords, it's always about communication and communication, your ideas, your thoughts, your feelings, expressing yourself. And it's about, taking actions. When you say something, it's walk your talk, or walk your talk. That sort of thing. But it's also, about making decisions and asserting your power. However, sometimes we can get in our head a lot, and that can, stop us. But there's the Ace of Swords coming out. So that's where they're meaning about, I live through my highest values. So it's the power of the mind this card brings. So there's a new phase that, you're able to cut out, or a new beginning, that you're cutting out what is irrelevant in order to grow and shape your journey, basically. So there's a new way of looking at it. So this is a new journey that you may be going on, and you may have, like the top row for here is something that you're working through maybe now or in the past, but some of you are maybe still kind of in there, but this is where they're going. It's like you'll get to this place where it's like you're quickly quite able, you realize that actually you're able to just cut out all those and move forward. Because then we have the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles, the theme around that is, I give a wealth of seeding ideas. Okay, so there's something that, and this is like spreading the knowledge, sharing the, the teaching what you need, going back to the Hierophant and the Four of Wands up there. It's like, what we do is we're sharing that, we're leading the way, or you're leading the way, and with other people, other women, other men, other family members, whatever it is. It's like a lot of us are more stepping up and stepping out and feeling the love and doing it anyway. And where there is no feel. And it's actually interesting, because then the Clown is after that one, which, and I laugh at the grace of life. I laugh at the grace of life. And I don't know if I meant to say that one, because it's not the right word there. And what they mean by that is knowing that, knowing that there is no right or no wrong really, and there is no, where they're going. There's the shadow and the light side, and there is it's knowing that is so, and there's not, and we can work through that, basically. So it's like take it, because the Sacred Clown is like the Fool, okay? So I'm just going to, because I don't think I read that, the Game of Life. I don't know why the Grace of Life. I don't know why I wrote that. But being in grace, I suppose that's what with me writing grace, it's moving through life gracefully. And so the Clown comes up, the Sacred Clown comes up as, I laugh at the game of life. And interesting, because it's sometimes, you may be thinking, oh, it's not a game, but actually when you think about it, it's like, it feels like sometimes we're just all pawns in here, but it's creating your own game of life, and how you want it to be, basically, is where they know, the game of life that we've been taught to be and do, and how to do it. Well, it's very different when you're actually in it, and you start to figure out, that actually, I've been playing this game of so-called life in a certain way, and it's not actually, there is more to it than that. So, which is where they're going with, there's no right or wrong, wrong energy there. So it's like nature is beyond good and evil, right and wrong. So ultimately you have nothing to lose. The sacred crown, the contrarian, arrives to shock and shake you out of what you think is true. Risk the sting and bite of life to experience its true wonder. Live into the radically exciting potential of each moment. And that's what, you know, that leap of faith is about. It's like, so I kind of find that really, and I find that's why I really like this book, because it's kind of, at least this deck, it's kind of taken it to another level of empowerment, and it's like, it's really just how I feel. So, and these cards explain and help me explain it. So then we have the Four of Cups. So that's kind of, it's like really going into there and taking that leap of faith with whatever it is that you're doing, and realizing that actually there is, you know, like they say, no, there's good and evil everywhere. There's right and wrong, you know, there's, gosh, it's kind of like, but let's not hold it, let us hold it back, hold us back. So then we have the Four of Cups. So you may have been going through like this, I am hurt and poisoned by life. So, and it may have gone to this shame and, you know, place, and, you know, and guilt place. So it's like that, which, you know, which maybe may have been or maybe hovers over you. So I feel like, yeah, and it's, and you may be avoiding responsibility and, you know, and blaming others, or you may have gone into there. So when there may be something that's come up, so it's, and it may be that's come up that maybe you're getting to, you're looking at, Spirit are getting you to look at it now. The universe is getting you to look at it, whatever it is now. So that's processing that, and they're going back to this, okay, because he's right in the middle of that. And there's these cards here of, you know, encouragement and inspiration there, and then they're showing you, you know, that's how you can use, you know, go into that energy so you can move forward. Because then we have the Seven of, the Four of Swords, which is I allow myself to rest in stillness. So it's like by doing that, you know, we're able to figure out what's going on here in the Four of Cups, and, you know, and not rushing things as well, but not beating yourself up to a pulp, but looking at it and taking, you know, and, you know, accepting and allowing what is your part in it, and, you know, letting go of the rest, because we have no power over that. We only have power over what we can control in our lives, and sort that out for ourselves. And, you know, and that forgiveness side of things is probably, for a lot of us, the most trickiest, challenging part of forgiving in this process is of ourselves, for, you know, whatever reason. We're allowing ourselves to be in that space, to get into that space for our part in it. And because, so, you know, you start to see where they're talking about that shame and that guilt for your part in it, and how you might have fucked something up, you know, or mucked something up, you know, before. It may not have been, you know, a really bad thing, but you may feel it, and somebody else, you know, it's going into that. So what is that about? You know, it may not have had an impact on somebody else, but it has had an impact on you. And it's because you're seeing a truth in you that is not who you are, or that is not who I want to be. And it's like, so it's being more consciously aware. This is what this whole process of processing is about, and all the stuff coming up, you know, this pain and this and uncomfortability with stuff in the past. It's bringing it stuff to actually get us to, you know, being more in our truth. So that was where the Four of Swords, and then we have the Seven of Swords. So so the Seven of Swords is what I want what others have. And for some of you in the past, it might have been you would have done, you know, something, or, you know, at the risk of your reputation, or, you know, being a cunning, intelligent person, and, you know, maybe, or steal something, or living a lie, or destroying somebody's trust in some way or form. You may have done that. Not saying to all of you, but whatever, something in there might have come up, which is what's come up there before, where you may be thinking, oh God, you know, and it may be, and like I say, this is not about beating yourself. This is about healing the situation. This is about realizing, you know, that there was maybe a time in your life when you did feel that way, and that has come up, but it wasn't really you then, and it's not you now. So and it's not to say that you're doing that now, somebody out there may be, and it's maybe just like living the lie. I'm hearing a lie of who you are. And it may be that you're doing something that is not, okay. Yeah, I'm hearing more living a lie out of all that. So, but this is where some of that processing is, and that shame and that guilt that may be coming through for some of you in the past. And it may be that some of you may be stuck in a situation where by you maybe are doing that, but it may be in a situation where you have no choice. And so where you feel like you have no choice. Because I'm just thinking some of you may be under someone's thumb, or, you know, or maybe there's something over your head. So it's kind of like it's a time, yeah, there may be something going through that. So there's a process in that. And I do feel like there may be a change in that soon, but it's like, there's but that's totally up to you how that change goes, and it's a processing there. So there's lots of energy coming through there, but there's a, you know, this clown comes through here as well as, you know, for making that change. It's kind of like, how do I change that way of being, or, you know, how do I shift that to, you know, get out of that space if you are in a space like that. But others, you know, I feel like it's more to do with relationships as well, but it could be, you know, or whatever it is for you. So and it's all an amazing journey. So there's some exciting times ahead. And last week there was a lot of excitement in there as well. So things are moving, and it may not be quite where, you know, where you really, really want it at the moment, but things are moving. And this is part of that process of getting things moving and shifting, keeping it moving, that momentum, because the more that we shift internally and also externally, you know, the better the result, or the better, okay, the better we're able to feel within ourselves. And that's what makes, okay, the whole world better, okay, or our whole world better. Okay, where are we going now? Okay, so anyway, I don't feel like I need to draw a card out of, oh, well, I will. Something's coming up here. Okay, there's one card. Okay, okay, so there's something, yeah, there we go, the Nine of Swords is in reverse. So there's some unfounded nightmares that is going on. So it's like maybe some of you's, you know, are like still having some, you know, doubts and fears and stuff like that. So, and some of you's maybe going in a deeper place of that. So don't do that, turning it around. So, and I feel like that's where some of this is all going. Is like, don't allow yourself to go too deep with it. It's like, it's you know, it's been and gone and done, and it's time to like to shift that to this part, or this part of the phase or energy. So bring in the love, because there's the Empress there. There's, I mean, you've repeatedly created abundance in your life, and you've begun new things, and you've been you know, created new, you know, from something new. You've got new ideas of something. You've created that, whatever it is, that new idea into something very flourishing more than once. So it's coming back into that again, or skipping back into that energy. So specialization. So there's something in some of you that may be needing some assistance with some specialized assistance. And but also some of you may be specializing in some sort of art or craft, or I'm feeling like witchcraft or this sort of thing. So in healing as well. So it's a surface. So there's some of the stuff is really at the surface. So it's like there's a sense of, you know, now washing it off, okay, and not allowing yourself to like go any deeper with it, okay, because there's no need to. And here we have what is that one? Center. I read it. Center. So this is about centering yourself, okay, going into the, you know, the highest being and knowing of you, and that energy, unity, bringing in people around you and allowing people around you to come into your space and to share what you know, and let them share what they know, and help you actually, and you help them. And stretch. So this is about stretching your mind, your vision, your energy as well. So when we're in a funny little space, a funky little space, and sometimes, you know, that dark space, and you know, getting a little bit depression or a little bit low in energy or a little bit low in our thoughts. So expand your energy out. And if you're feeling a little bit anxious or overwhelmed, expand your energy out so you're not feeling so contained. So this is what happens. We kind of draw our energy in when we're feeling that, but it's like open yourself up and then you'll feel a heck of a lot better. So that's why they encourage like going to go for a walk, or because it gets us out of that funny little space. Now your mind may still be in there, but at least you're expanding your energy, okay? And you're moving out of it. Stretch. Also, stretching the body, like something like yoga or stretching exercises is really good for also moving different parts of your body. That helps, you know, shift things, you know, emotionally as well. From our body, and it helps us to work with, like, you know, our hips are a really amazing part of our body, part of our core body. So movement in our body. So if they're really stiff, it means we're physically not able to move and work through life as well as we could. So it's about that's why it's important to do, you know, different exercises and stuff like that, and stretching. But also in that area, so spiritually and symbolically, it's about movement in life. So, you know, when we're not moving, we're feeling a bit stuck. We wouldn't be surprised if you have a bung hip, or you know, or sciatica or something like that, because it's like we sit a lot. We don't do a lot of exercise in our day. A lot of our jobs are sitting. They're not as mobile as, you know, or they used to be, a lot of jobs. So so it's about stretching it. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for this week. So I hope that makes sense for you. And my spiritual team, the Zion energy and the energy of Libra, we leave you with lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, adventure. And have a great day. Kia pai tō rā. And we will see you next week. Okay, bye for now.